Ari Shaffir, ladies and gentlemen. Now, holy fuck, man. I've known you a long time, and then you just tell me your parents and your grandparents were Holocaust survivors?
Yeah, my dad and my grandparents.
They must have the greatest sense of humor.
Oh, my, right? They really don't.
I mean,
no. They're really
if
bad.
darkness is a huge wellspring of humor.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's supposed to be that. No, my dad has an awful sense of humor. He likes laughing, I guess, but he doesn't have any sense of it of his own. He would always make jokes, I remember, and then he would just repeat the punchline like 4 times. He's so stoked.
Like you didn't get it.
Yeah. He said something about...
Something's wrong with this kid's brain.
He told all the parents, like, he had some family come over, and he told them all, like, I heard Kraft is opening up a plant in Israel, and they're calling it Cheeses of Nazareth. And then for the next, like, 40 minutes, he would just be like, Jesus of Nazareth.
Jesus of Nazareth. How can you not get that? You didn't like that.
It's so corny.
Well, you know, from a Christian household, like, you know, a lot of Jesus jokes weren't popular around our house. So I think.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, like.
Yeah, I guess.
So I think that.
My dad
just
wouldn't
making
even
a
say,
Jesus joke, I think, and it's a corny pun.
He wouldn't even say Christ. He was so religious. He would say, like, if he had to say Christmas, he would say Krachschmier.
Krachschmier?
Yeah, so you're not supposed to write Christ.
What is that? What is that? Hebrew?
I don't know. Yeah, no, it's just like a weird Jewish thing. It's like they're the enemy of religion or something.
Right.
He's actually the only person I've ever known to done that.
Did he get did he cuss like Yahweh? No, like
he was pretty conservative. He still is. I don't know why I'm talking about him in past tense.
What you know? Was it like you have this always dark, gloomy cloud over you with the knowledge of this?
He never
and
talked about it.
You know, people in the house are very somber.
It was all fine.
You're like,
he never talked about it. We always wanted him to, and he never really mentioned it. We just knew that was a period of his life. He wouldn't even watch Schindler's List.
Wow.
He was like, I remember in my own way.
Right.
But then he started volunteering at the Holocaust Memorial. And then he started opening up about it a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about a minute ago, you know, just like the people dying and these stories are lost. I mean, these are stories
like
are everything, especially in, you know, comedy and...
To get people's actual, like, them talking about it instead of just, like, passing the story on and letting it get changed slightly.
Right.
But yeah, all that stuff you're talking about your dad, too, getting shot down.
Right.
Vietnam, those people are all dying off, too.
Right, and these stories die when these people die. So I think it's brilliant to capture things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they had at the Holocaust Memorial. There's this room where you sit in, just firsthand accounts of people's stories of the Holocaust. It just plays one after another.
I've never been in the one in D.C.
In D.C. You
Yeah,
play
I mean,
the improv
like,
there, right?
yeah, but I get emotional at the Vietnam Wall.
Yeah.
And
you'll cry a bunch
to
of this.
go there and see all the shoes.
Yeah, that really got me.
When I lived in New York City for one date,
Shoes.
I went on a date with this Polish girl who was so beautiful and had the biggest, firmest, most wonderful tits I've ever seen in my life. And she was from near like Krakow or something. And she was, you know, I'm on the date and like I was like, so wow, have you been there? And the girl was like kind of unmoved by it.
Really?
Was my impression. You know, maybe, I don't know. And it was a huge turnoff. I mean, how could someone not
get affected by that?
And I've been to the Anne Frank house. God damn it. That'll ruin your day.
Because you see how the small space was?
That'll ruin your day.
Yeah.
And that's, for me, the Holocaust Museum would be like fucking that times a million. Like, God damn, that'd be like, you're profoundly, cosmically bummed out.
Yeah. And then, dude, all I wanted to do after that was just smoke some reefer. I had a pot in my... I was like, I gotta go find a place right now to smoke this. And there's no place to smoke there. You had to walk across a park, and then it's so open.
Right.
I just had to. I was like so overwhelmingly sad. When I can see it put a picture on things, it makes it way more real for me. I don't know if you're like that. Like if you see that space Anne Frank used to live in, actually see it.
To be in there and feel it. Yeah, I mean, it was a...
And then like, oh, now I get it a little more.
I had a great show business epiphany, though. I've been there a few times at the Anne Frank house, but the first time I went there really was powerful, and I had a great epiphany towards show business. She's in this tiny little room, and on the wall she had taped pictures from movie star magazines. It was like a magazine photo of Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire and a few like American movie actors.
That's what Anne Frank did?
Anne Frank did.
Wow.
And then the teenage Queen Elizabeth. But I thought, you know what? that's the power and beauty of entertainment, is you don't know who's going through what anywhere. And they like they like something of entertainment, and it gives them fucking hope.
In a horrible situation.
And I thought, you know what, God, not all of show business is dark and sucks.
I bet if Ginger Rogers knew that at some point, she would have been like, oh, that's really nice.
Right.
Maybe.
I don't,
Probably not that.
Wouldn't have any comprehension of someone living like that. But, so, how'd you become so silly? Is that to, like, cheer up your parents?
They weren't somber. They just weren't funny. They just weren't funny at all.
It's like your superhero quest. You have to be bright and funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just a class clown. I always was that, I guess. I had a really bad sense of humor about it for a while. I used to just steal Eddie Murphy lines. Just claim they were my own, like, 4th grade. I would talk to my friends about kicking a bitch out of the car.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and they'd be like, oh, we know that's not, you've never driven. What are you talking
that's
about?
Hilarious. Because when I was a teenager, I worshipped Rodney Dangerfield.
Really?
And I knew all of Rodney's lines. So I would be at school and I would tell a joke to my friends. My wife, my wife was so fat. And they're like, what do you mean your wife? You're not married? You're
never even kissed somebody.
You're in the 8th grade.
Yeah, and you're like, no, that's me. It's my experience.
You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Bombast.
Yeah, and then eventually you got to make your own jokes, I guess.
Where are you from and where did you start?
I'm from Maryland, Silver Spring, Maryland.
Oh, right. We told me that we talked last night.
Right,
yeah, awesome. And I lived there as a boy.
Yeah, probably shared some of the same streets.
Yeah.
But I was raised Orthodox Jewish, so we probably didn't share the same restaurants at all.
Probably not. I mean, we moved out when I was like 10 or 9 or something. But what is it in the Orthodox belief system that you can explain to me why they wear the little white stringy things down on the pants?
I can explain every single one of these things if you want.
What is the white stringy thing on the pants?
Okay, there's a commandment of the 613 commandments. 613, like, things to do. Not just the 10 commandments, but then the rest, too. Like, bury a dead body in time. One of them was you should wear these tassels on any four-cornered garment that you wear. So people stop wearing four-cornered garments. So then in order to get this good deed done, instead of letting it die to the world, they will wear these four-cornered garments underneath their shirts. And then they tie it off in a series of different numbers of knots and circles. And that each one represents a different thing.
So you can't shop at Macy's because they don't have the white stringy things on the
right,
pants.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But in regular shirts and shit, it's not 4 corners.
But where is that store? Why couldn't I walk in the store and go, you know what, I like that style?
Oh, no, you can get that store.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty much anywhere in New York,
really?
LA, on Fairfax.
Because in Rome they've got like priest stores, and you could go in and buy a whole.
Oh, they have them. Yeah, rabbinical shit.
So I could get some pants like that.
Yeah. Like Rabbis R Us, the Heat Town. That's a good one. Over on 3rd. Sheeny Shiny.
What's the pigtail sideburns?
Okay, I'll tell you that one too.
Yeah.
There's a commandment that you can't, with a razor, you cannot cut 5 corners of your beard. And the 5 corners are right underneath that bone you can feel right underneath the sideburns, then the 2-cornered jaw, and then the one in the middle of your chin.
Someone thought of this,
yeah.
Really?
So then they don't cut that with a razor, even though we got scissors now, as out of tradition. They just keep that going. That's the reason. And they just go curly because Jews have that, little African in them.
Well, I think that's adorable. Those little the squiggly sideburns.
I had those for a little while.
Really?
Yeah, when I was in Israel. When I lived in Israel for a couple of years. I just started growing them. They weren't too long, but they could wrap around your ear a couple times.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
That's how you put them out of the way. You wrap them around the ear. And then when you want to pull them out when you're thinking, you can chew on them. They work like a pencil that way.
One thing I don't like about Orthodox Jewish people is they'll never sell you their hats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't get those if you're not.
I walked up to a few Orthodox guys and said, hey, how much for the hat?
They wouldn't go for it? I bet if you gave them enough money. I bet they would think this wasn't a legitimate offer.
Where is that hat store?
They have them.
Is that the same place?
They have them. My dad has one of those big ones with furry outside, so they'll keep you warmer at all.
I've seen some pimp hats.
Yeah, they're pretty nice
Orthodox guys.
Where that comes from is the first time Jews had money after King David times was in like 16th century, and so they started dressing like 16th century Polish noblemen to like show that they had money, and then when the garb changed, they just stayed the same. They just kept that one outfit, even though the Polish noblemen got new outfits. The Jews
And how did the nice hats come into that?
that's what they wore at the time. And every region of Jew has their own different like style hats.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, so they have like the whole Boston community.
That is pimp.
Led by the Boston Rebbe, yeah. Yeah, he's got his own hat. The Lubavitch, that's another town. They're big in New York.
Who is your favorite character from scriptures or the Gospels?
Samson's pretty interesting. I'm starting to see through a lot of that shit lately. I look back on those stories, I think about them again, and I think about like, wait a minute. Why would a person act that way?
King David, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy did some fucking.
He was powerful as fuck.
Powerful as fuck. Wow.
They made a rule you can't convert to Judaism during his reign.
Wow.
Only time in history, because it said that people are just going to want to convert just because they want to get with the powerhouse.
Well then, how is Sammy Davis Jr. viewed by your parents?
They're a fan. They like him.
Really?
Yeah. They'd be into him. They wouldn't really because he's black. That's worse to them than not Jewish. That one overrides the other.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
Are you doing research on Jews?
Yeah.
We were talking, yeah.
That's what we were talking about. Old reasons why the Chabadniks wear those garbs. Nice.
Who's your favorite character from biblical?
Job.
Job?
That was what I know.
Which one's Job? Was he the one that went around the world looking at other religions?
Job?
Yeah.
No, the Job's the one that got the short end of the stick there. Like,
He was tempted.
he was a believer. God said,
The devil said, look at him, he's your best person, but if I throw some nasty shit on him, I'll bet he'll fucking turn on you.
Yeah.
And it's the patience guy, because it's like everything happened. Mark, you want to scoot around here? We're recording.
Oh, yeah. I think one of his kids died.
But he had sex with his daughters, got him drunk, and had sex with him.
That was Noah, I think.
That wasn't Job?
Noah's son was a drunk.
Yeah, I think Noah, there's a backstory there. I'm not a biblical scholar. I choose not to.
We're doing a podcast. Shut up.
But, yeah. I think, Job is kind of interesting. I like Jesus, too. Again, it's all a bunch of ideas to me, Tom. Didn't hang any hope or hang my life on at any point in time.
I did.
I know, dude. He's the guy.
I love the story I said to you when you said, I wish I had, you're all pissed off in San Francisco.
That's the best. No, it was in Aspen. And you were just sitting there happy as shit, and I was about to go on, and I was fucking out of my mind, and you were just looking all smug. And I said, yeah, look at you, I wish I had Jesus on my side. And Tom just goes, you do. Jesus is.
There was a longer pause when I said it.
Yeah,
I didn't say it cheesy like that. You said, it wasn't Jesus. You go, I guess I'd be happy if I had God on my side.
Oh, okay.
And I said, You do, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I cheesed it up.
Well, it's okay, but we were.
I don't want to interrupt, man. I just.
You did, and I love you for being here. But we were just finishing up on my Judaism questions. And,
okay. Well, he's a good resource.
I have a friend from Houston, and I was at his house, and he had these glasses, and I loved them. And for our wedding gift, he sent us a box of them. These little water drinking glasses.
Yeah.
And it's Heroes of the Torah. Mm-hmm. and it's beautiful.
Really?
I love these little glasses.
What do they got? Noah, Abraham, Moses?
I'd have to, but deeper than that.
Hits.
Not the people like that. Deeper.
They go. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who are your heroes of the Torah?
Esther. That's a weird story. The Purim story. Mm-hmm. They just hoard her out because they would need a favor later, so they just made her marry some king.
How about David? David, man. David.
That's what we were just saying, David. Yeah. He has some crazy stories.
We were talking about King David, not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same guy. Same guy.
Oh, same dude.
What's up, Judah?
Right.
You guys filming something?
Judah, no, we're recording for my podcast.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, get
Say
in here,
hi.
Judah.
Oh, really? Oh, thanks, man.
Who are your heroes of the Torah, Judah?
What's that?
Who's your favorite tour? Oh, this keeps coming up. More Jews.
Heroes of the Torah? I'm a half Jew, actually. I'm not religious, though. That book looks cool, Mark.
That's it's my book.
Nice book, man.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, buddy.
My
Well,
friend
yeah,
has my best friend has one of your cat T-shirts.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you got it like, I don't know, 4 years ago or something.
Really?
5 years ago.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be that long. 3 years ago, maybe?
I don't know, it was a few years ago.
Well, I'm glad that he likes it.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite Torah guy? Old Testament, New Testament? No, the Old
Wait,
Testament.
tour guide?
Torah.
Sure, tour guide would be
my-
fine.
Yeah, I thought you said who's my favorite tour guide. No, what's the question?
Guy from the
Torah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You don't know anything?
I don't know.
And you're from Maryland?
You don't know what was?
Yeah, he had that big ship.
Yeah.
He had that boat with all the animals and stuff. He had a floating zoo. I'll go with him. That guy was cool. Who was the guy who lived in a shark or a whale?
Oh, yeah.
Jonah.
Yeah, he lived in a whale.
Yeah.
Spit him up. You spit
That's
him up.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Nope.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Just having a giant boat and just inviting all these animals, and they invite like, he invites 2 animals. They can like fuck and have fun on it. It's like a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool dude. I mean, can't complain about that.
You probably had to watch all the dead bodies floating around.
Yeah, I don't know who else there was.
How's success treating you, Mark? Nice, handsome book you
I'm
got
happy
there.
for you, Mark. I'm very fucking happy for
Thank you. I don't know. I guess time will tell. Things are good at this moment, but nothing happens till next week. So I feel good about what I've done. I can't have no control over the reaction to it. Just show up for work, and we'll see how people react to it. I hope it goes okay. I hope people like it. If not, I tried.
But you're on
happy with
fire,
it.
man. I mean, you did it in a respectable way, and
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy about that. I don't know what would have happened any other way for me. It didn't seem like it was going to.
Right.
I couldn't really shift gears to be more accommodating, really. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I am genuinely happy with the work I did, and we'll see how people respond to it. I'd like to, Tom, it just gets to a point, Ari, Judah, it just gets to a point where the weirdest thing, you get older, and really all you want to do is not die broke and have some health insurance.
Right.
I mean, it's like, what are your dreams? To not die broke and have some health insurance would be good.
What about?
Yeah.
For me, it's like just to not die. Just to not die.
Well, that's going to happen, so you're an idiot to think it won't. I mean, maybe not tomorrow.
No. But I'm saying it's a worry. I worry about that.
I don't worry about that.
really?
That's good. Oh,
I worry.
I'm a hypochondriac.
Yeah, I gave that up. I worry
good.
about dying and not being able to go to the doctor.
God, no, I hear you, dude.
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's serious shit.
It is serious shit, and don't your guild insurance will run out in a year or two. So
Dude, I hear you, dude.
actually, I think he's going to be okay for a while with the residuals. You probably got coverage
yeah,
for a
don't you
few
like
years.
this?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I've been acting for a while.
No, I know.
Stand-up's my favorite thing.
I'm
Do you
just
think
saying that,
stand-up
like,
should have stuff. Isn't there something that we can pay into now, though, for stand-ups?
It
you
should
can,
be.
but the
Yeah.
weird thing about health insurance is that
can't just
you
do it
can get the
yourself always.
best coverage,
Uh-huh.
even if you just want to do it alone.
Yeah.
People, we don't know because there's something about the denial of it. You don't want to look into plans because that's somehow an admission that eventually the machine will break down. So you don't want to look into plans because you don't even want to know that can happen to you. But to get the best coverage, because I lost my coverage, from the guild, and I was paying Cobra, which was stupid money, and that ran out because I didn't pay.
Is this in your book, Mark?
No. But when you start looking at shit, when you start looking at plans, you can pretty much get especially if you're a single guy, you can get the best coverage for like $400 a month. You know what I mean?
holy shit. Let me get him to turn the music off.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to do that now. SAG stopped paying for my meds.
Well, the Cobra. Well, they're going to let you do Cobra. It's much more expensive. You don't do the Cobra.
I'm paying $150 more a month now for these things. No, I'll just do Blue Cross or something.
Sounding very Jewish now.
I went to. I actually went to Kaiser. For
Really?
a year, but there was a choice there. The Kaiser thing is like, it's cheap as hell, but you don't have any real control over.
Over when you can go. And
who you can see,
Oh,
but
right.
you can get anything for very cheap. But like Blue Cross or, I'm sorry, the other one. It's not. You can afford it.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, this just sounded way Jewier now that Tom Rhodes left.
I blame you two guys. I wasn't talking.
the
It was
anchor.
two of
You all right?
I'm all right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Hanging in there. Going crazy, but hanging in there.
Why are you going crazy?
I don't know. I'm crazy. I have crazy problems.
Why are you hypochondriacing?
I've always been that way.
I know, but you can stop it.
Oh, how? I'm trying. I've been trying my whole life. How do I do
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Talk to people?
You realize that all you want is attention, and
No, I usually don't want attention.
well, then why do you think you're dying all the time? Do you ever talk about it to people? Do you go to doctors?
I've talked about it with people. Yeah.
Do you go to doctors?
Yeah, I have. Sometimes they just piss me off.
Yeah.
Do you have insurance, Ari?
Yeah, SAG insurance, but it ain't
Shit.
that great.
Because
I didn't mean to derail
I looked into it,
Did I
and it's
derail
like
this?
$5.50. Yeah, totally.
$5.50 a
but
month?
it's in, you
Mark,
know,
can I talk about your book?
it's
a little bit?
entertaining.
Can I see your book, Mark?
Yeah.
Mark, what do you got at once? Your IFC show, your book, and a special?
Special in June, yeah.
Within like a couple months of each
Yeah.
other?
That
Pretty
timed
big.
out all right.
Did you already talk about your book on this podcast?
No, I wasn't even doing the podcast. I just stuck my head out.
You are
me
now.
too.
Yeah, I get it.
So is this book? Is it?
Well, congratulations, brother.
Mark,
Your
thank you,
story is
Mark,
biblical. I mean, like you said, you didn't think it would happen.
No, I did not.
And then, fuck, like a book on the shelf and a fucking
Show, yeah,
TV
yeah,
show?
yeah.
And what's that, your third book?
You're
Second.
always one of the comics, always one of my favorite comics. One of the comics, me and my friend who has your T-shirt that we always looked up to.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah,
I mean, when I first started, I remember it was like you, Louie, and Dave seemed to be like the big young comics in New York. You know what that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but it seemed like you guys were like.
now we're all old comics.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Well,
I remember back in New York, and
Yeah.
you were hosting that show, that alternative night started.
Luna? Yeah.
Right when it started to get hot. I was there one time, and Robert Klein was there, and he did a
Oh,
set.
that was early on, yeah.
And you, like, fucking really
Went into
shit
it.
on the guy.
Why? What'd you say to him?
Like kind of...
I was on stage, and that fucking blowhard fuck was, and I say that with love.
No, of course.
He was never one of my guys, to be honest with you. And I'm doing my thing, and then he chimes in, is what happened. Like, I'm doing
off stage?
Yeah, well, back then that was at Rebar. So that was real early on the alternative comedy thing. So people were sitting on the floor.
Right.
And it was a weird place. So I don't even know if I was hosting, but I was doing some riff on computer guys. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like, Klein goes, "Hey, don't shit on the eggheads." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, and then all of a sudden he's on stage, and
He hijacked your stage.
Yeah. We're
Wow.
riffing. And then, like,
Ugh.
and then after that,
Sucks.
Took it over.
and then after that, I'm sitting there talking to some chick, and he walks right up to me talking to her, and he looks at her, he goes, "Call me when the magic wears off." You know, like when we or something along
Two
those
things in
lines.
a row?
What? Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, that's...
He hijacked me on stage and he cockblocked me. And then I talked shit about him the following week. And then some woman in the audience was there because she thought Robert Klein would show up, big Robert Klein fan. So she writes to Robert Klein's manager. So and gets
What?
Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah, and then like months later, I run into Roy Rosegarden, Penn Station, Klein's manager, and he comes up to me and goes, "Yeah, what happened there? I mean, Robert likes you, and then we got this letter, and there's all this, I mean, what?" And I'm like, "What?" I told him what happened, and he's like, "Well, Robert had a great time." I'm like, "Well, good for Robert," but it wasn't a great time. Like, we don't owe everyone respect.
Yeah.
What
I
other
agree.
legendary comics have you had
Problems with?
Yeah.
Well, he was. The weird
about
thing is,
Soupy
I never
Sales?
listened
Did
to
you ever get into
him.
him?
No, his son lives here. I interviewed his son.
Really? What does he do?
Hunt Sales is one of the greatest rock and roll drummers ever lived. Hunt and Tony
Who
Sales.
did you play for?
They were on the Lester Life album, Iggy Pop's record. They were in
Yeah.
Tin Machine.
Wow.
They played on the first Todd Rundgren record. And I'd met Hunt a few years ago, and the last time I was here, like a few months ago, I looked him up and I recorded a podcast, and I haven't put it up yet. Hunt Sales and Tony Sales.
Where are they
Tony's a
based?
bass player. Tony's out in L.A. Hunt's here. He's got a band going.
That's so
Soupy,
Sales
Soupy I
gets
met
it.
on a plane, and he was very nice. I met my grandmother.
Cool.
But the Klein thing was, I didn't listen to his records till recently. You listen to his records? He was not
I
one of the
never liked him. That whole fucking doo-wop in the bathroom shit. Oof, yawn.
Early, yeah.
Never heard
Even
that.
as a kid, I remember watching him going,
Never known him
no.
Right, it was just too much.
It wasn't,
too much.
I never latched onto the guy.
Yeah, right,
emotionally.
exactly.
Like Kinison, I couldn't wait to see the next
Kinison.
Kinison fucking
I still
set.
listen. I listen to that record like once a year.
I have
The
a
first
story
record.
I love when you're living at the
Presto.
the comedy
Yeah.
store house in the Hollywood Hills
Yeah.
with Kinison or
He didn't live there. He
or
come
he didn't
by.
live there. He comes by and he's all coked up and drunk or something, and
Yeah.
he pisses on your bed.
That's a long story.
And you brought a friend over.
That's a great
and you're,
story.
And
No, no.
he's standing
No,
there.
the
He's
build
standing there
up.
pissing on your bed,
wasn't-
and you turn to your friend and go, "I told you I knew him."
Yeah. You're paraphrasing, but it's good.
right.
It's
No.
good.
Tell it,
Yeah,
tell it, tell it.
It's a long story, dude.
Well,
You've told this story before.
abbreviate
Yeah,
it. Abbreviate it.
What's the photo you have in your? I remember at your apartment once. What's the photo? You
Oh,
did
me
a
and
photo
Sam?
with him?
Yeah. Well,
that's
we
from
were,
the store?
it was from the store, but like I lived in that house that Mitzi owned. Me and the Todd.
Who else was there? Was
Scha-
Schubert there? Or?
Not quite yet,
Okay.
but he came in.
You, the Todd, who else?
And then Tamayo, I think, was still living upstairs. And
Dice or no?
No, I was in Dice's old room.
Okay.
So, but the deal was on Monday nights.
So crazy.
On Monday nights, it was no cover night. So that was the fucking rock and roll night. And Kinison was at the top of his game then. So all the freaks would converge from everywhere onto the Comedy Store Monday nights. And that was
like around midnight or something?
right, when he'd show up about 11:45. Right. And my job as being the sort of team mascot was, Kinison would come up and he'd give me a few $100 when he got there. Nice. And then I would go, and I'd fucking buy a few pints of booze, carton of cigarettes, Jack Daniels, mixers, and get all the shit. And I'd go back up to the house, and I would hide booze around, because I knew eventually it'd just be three of us, and we're going to be like, no, we're not. So that was sort of my task. And
what year is this? Like
87? Was it 87?
Yeah.
87? Yeah. And then, what would happen is after the fucking thing at the store, they all, Kinison would come up there with a bunch of freaks and an 8-ball and some shit, and we'd do the thing. And the party, it could go 2 or 3 days. So this was going on.
That's awesome.
It's all right. This would go on.
Looking back, it's awesome.
So we had this thing going.
Probably awesome.
Yeah.
And it was always dicey with Kinison. You never, I was never on the inside of the whole thing, and there was always an element where you thought he's trying to crush me. That's what's happening. He's my friend, but I don't know that this ends well. Someone's going down, Well, here's the deal. There was this dude that hung around the Comedy Store named Dave. And he was a Satanist, all right? He used to walk around. He looked like Christopher Walken. He was a dope fiend and a Satanist. And he would hang around. There's all these guys that hang around.
Yeah.
He had a pentagram tattooed on his heart and 666. He's a nutbag.
On his chest or on his heart?
Wherever. He's a nutbag. Pentagram on his heart. Not
on the heart? No, on the heart.
No, over
the
it.
organ. Okay.
The problem was he was hanging around. And Sam didn't like him, because he was kind of creepy, but he was kind of harmless. He was a junkie. But he used to hang around, right? So one time, I remember around when Sam's HBO special was airing, he brought a bunch of his guitars and shit up to where I lived, up to the house, and him and I and Carl went out onto the balcony at Crest Hill, and we jammed. It was like an outdoor concert. Yeah. I couldn't keep up with those guys, but whatever. So here's what happened. So we had that party, we do the guitar thing, and then they leave all the equipment at the house, so I put it in my room for safekeeping. That's the setup. So then we have one of them parties. A couple of weeks later, maybe a week later, and Sam shows up, and we're hanging out. A bunch of people there, and fucking Dave the Satanist shows up. Okay? And this was a problem, So, of course, Dave the Satanist, out of nowhere, says something like, you're not a real Satanist to Sam. I'm going to tell Anton LaVey about you. And Sam says, fuck you. And he stands up, he throws a drink in the guy's face, and pops him. And then there's other scuffles going on, and I get Dave out of there. I pull Dave out. I go, you gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. You want to get out of his face. He's like, I'm not fucking leaving. And I'm like, well, I gotta go, because I got my friend coming into town, and I gotta pick him up at the airport. So we've been going for whatever. It was in the middle of the night or whenever. Maybe it was a morning time. Who fucking knows? But I locked that Satanist in my room, thinking I'm gonna come back and let him out. So I lock him in there. With all the guitars and shit are in there. I don't give a shit. I lock him in there and I get the fuck out because it was too weird. I go pick my buddy up. I go crash at his hotel, and I'm telling him about Sam and telling him about the house and everything else, and he's not buying anything. So then the next morning, 11 in the morning, I go back to the house with my buddy Bill. I drive him over. I'm going to show him the house, and I walk in. I walk him through the kitchen to that room, and my door is kicked in. They're broken off the hinges. The equipment's gone. There's no Dave London. And I don't know anything about the bed. It didn't look right. And then I walk into the dining room, and Sam's still there, and 2 other people. I won't mention her name because it changed her life that night, and she was not a regular. But it was the aftermath of a fucking night. And Sam was there, Carl was there, and one other person. I'll tell you off the air. Chick. And I walk in with Bill, and Sam looks at me, looks up from the mirror. He goes, I pissed on your bed, Maron.
No.
You want to know why? And I go, yeah, Sam, I want to know why. Because you let that moron sleep with my guitars.
What?
And then I turned to my friend Bill, and I said, I told you I knew him. And I wouldn't have remembered that hadn't Carl LeBeau remembered that.
Wow.
That beat. And I was so thrilled that I had that beat. Because until Carl told me that I said that, in my memory, I just looked like a fucking doofus. Like, I was like, oh, what did I do? You know, in my memory, I got humiliated, but that fucking joke saved my pride there.
You let him sleep with my guitar.
That was his reasoning. There you go. There's a good moment.
What was that? Just Coke?
Well, Coke will have booze.
Booze. Coke. Okay.
Yeah, he used to go on for days, dude. Days. I mean, the first time I met Sam, it was one-on-one, eyes locked. Like, you know, he was out of town when I first got to the store. Carl had given me the stamp of approval and, you know, told Sam that I was the new guy on the block. So Sam comes up to the house and sits me down, bunch of Coke. One-on-one, man. One-on-one. We're going at it. And he's looking me in the eye. He goes, look me in the eye, Maron. I don't trust a man. Can't look me in the eye. So I'm looking Sam in the eye. Hours of shit. Doing the blow. And then we run out of blow. And he's like, gotta get some more blow. And I'm like, all right. And he's all fucked up. It's like 4 a.m. He's like, let's go over to Greg's house. And I'm like, I don't know you. I don't know Greg. I don't know what's going on. So we get in my car. And he's like fucking drunk. He's passing out and shit. And I'm driving down Sunset. And then all of a sudden he sits up and goes, I don't even know you. You could kill me. And I'm like, okay, where's the place we're going now? So we go up to Crescent Heights. I don't know any of these people. We get this apartment building on Crescent Heights. Sam pushes the door. Sam, what's up, man? Some guy's like, what? Sam! You know, and I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on? We walk up, we get take the elevator up in this guy Greg's house, and he shows up to the door. Sam's like, gang. And he shows up to the door in the bathrobe. He's like, what's going on, man? Turns out he's a hairdresser. You know, he's a regular, you know, I got to know him. Sam's like, we need some Coke. He's like, well, just keep cool. My roommate's sleeping. So we go into this guy's room, and Sam just collapses on the floor. He's like, got any booze? And Greg goes, I got these miniatures, and he gives Sam like a little miniature Smirnoff from the plane. So there's big fat Sam sitting on the floor drinking this miniature. It's hilarious. And then he just passes out. And I'm like, all right, well, I gotta go. And Greg goes, aren't you gonna take him with him? You take him with you? I don't want him pulling a Belushi on me. And I'm like, what? How's he my responsibility? You brought him over here. I'm like, that's Sam Kinison. I don't know. You know, let him sleep with you.
It's like that Lou Reed song. Who brought this bitch here?
Right, he turned blue. Right. Yeah. So now I gotta walk the chubby bully out, put him back in the car, and then drag him back into the place I'm living, and he fucking just plops on the floor, face down, in front of the fucking fireplace, and he slept there. And I thought that was unusual until he did it many times. He enjoyed sleeping on the floor.
Fireplace.
Wow.
Or anywhere. He just liked sleeping on the floor.
Those Coke 80s scenes were pretty frightening at times. I saw Kinison, I think I was 19 when he popped, something like that. And I bought a ticket by myself. I went and saw him in Orlando, and he was... First of all, Carl LeBeau blew the place apart.
He's a genius.
I had totally, I had forgotten I was going to see Kinison.
Oh yeah, when you
while I watched him, he was mesmerized.
First time you see Carl, you're like, this guy's a genius,
and he still is.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I was thrilled when I finally got to meet him, and now I've known him for years.
Yeah.
But Kinison was so fucked up that night. He was terrible.
He's a mess, dude.
It was terrible.
He could get so messy.
I saw Dangerfield once, and he was obliterated as well.
Did you hear that story Carl told about Sam? About when you know, Rodney came over? I don't remember what the setting was, and Sam was all fucked up, complaining about something in his house, and Rodney walks in and goes, "Look at little Nero." Now, well, the other thing was, the fuck was I going to tell you? Shit. I remember.
There you go.
Like Tommy Lee, cats would hang out, you know, because Sam, you know, was a big star, and they'd come up to the house. And I remember, like, if Ted Nugent was coming over, no one could drink or do drugs because Ted's a straight edge. So he would come over, and we'd all have to sit there like, yeah, you know. But one time Tommy Lee...
Ted Nugent would come over?
Yeah. This
Oh.
was back before he was a nut job. Once or twice. It only happened once or twice, but we all had to be on good behavior for the Nuge.
Right.
And this was before he was whatever the fuck he turned into. But one time Tommy Lee was over, and they were about to do up some blow, and I remember it was up in my little room when I was sleeping in the front room. And in my mind, it's like, you know, I wasn't a Motley Crue guy or whatever, but I was like, what would a 15-year-old dude want to do right now? And I was like, let's do it off of my guitar. So like, I pull out my guitar and let them chop lines on my Telecaster so I could go around like this. And I'm like, I wish I was into them and was 15 because this
What
would
kind
be
of guitar
awesome.
was it?
Telly. Fender
What is
Telly.
that? Is that an electric?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Did you ever
very...
play guitar in your shows?
No, but I have played on with people recently.
Okay.
but I never play guitar.
With Nick doing
It's like Sam used to say. Sam can play guitar. He goes, just never could figure out a way to fit it in.
Right.
No way to do it. There's no way to do it. And he ended up doing it. And that was
Right.
the fucking end of him, dude.
Right, the half the album was music.
That
I
was
remember
it.
that
Yeah.
album.
Because he took it seriously.
Yeah, and it's Mississippi Queen. Who wants
Under
Jesus
my thumb.
Christ?
And, yeah.
His best.
That's the
first,
scene from Boogie Nights. They're all coked up
Yeah.
trying to record a,
Right.
you
Patting
know, a
himself
hit
on the
song.
back.
I thought he sounded pretty good.
He had a real love for he would hang
did.
on to things.
Pretty good. I
He had
played.
very specific things that were very important to him. Like he had a very, he was one of those guys where he would talk about Cream's White Room in a white room. Like
That's
to
cool.
him,
I got
yeah,
so.
he'd be like that song, man, and he'd be like, what about it? Like he had these things that were really
Oh,
specific.
like he had a serious connection with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had I played in Tulsa, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and I went to his grave, and it says on his grave, in any other lifetime, he would have been a prophet.
Yeah, I'd like to pee on that.
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
For years, all I wanted to do was pee on his grave. I got to be honest
Really?
with you. Yeah, because
So, yeah.
it
Oh,
felt
my
payback.
God. Oh,
He
that's-
peed on my bed.
That's a road trip.
Now, like,
Did you deserve the peeing on the bed at all, or no?
does anybody?
No.
All right.
No.
He's
So-
not the guy
That's
that
a good-
like.
No, but I'm saying because what he was like. Was he? I know peeing on your bed was completely wrong, but did he have any justification to be mad at you for what happened?
I just told you the story.
I know, but I'm not.
He should pee on you. You should pee on his grave.
He was coked
A
up.
shit would be too much, but pee on the guy's grave.
Well, but I let it go, because you know how I let it go?
Mayor made a mistake letting this guy sleep.
I went back to the store years later,
In the same room.
and I'd never gotten any closure
that
with
guy
that
steal
guy,
the stuff?
right? With
Right.
Sam.
Oh, I don't think so.
So I get to the store.
That's what I wasn't sure.
You want to hear this stuff?
Hey,
Because
hang
I get
in there.
Sorry.
We're
No,
recording,
it's
John.
all right.
Ready, dude? I'm
I
listening.
don't care if you're even here. So so I get closure
I
on this
always
thing.
noticed that.
Stop it. You're very funny.
Go ahead. Continue.
I just want to know what's
Continue.
inside you.
Continue.
Now, what's inside? I know.
We'll make it. Fine.
So I never got closure on that shit. I couldn't even go to the store. Like, Hollywood was it had such a sticky, weird aura to me, and I thought the store had fucked me in the ass, and that it was all evil and haunted.
Yeah.
For years, I'd go back and feel this weird vibe that I couldn't shake.
I could see it on you.
Yeah. When I first got back.
You never had that with any other clubs?
No, it was Hollywood in general. No, never at any other club. It really had an effect on me.
See, you're like, why is this guy that we've seen on television and respected? Why is he being like the new kid here?
Right. I was freaked out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get, until I got back there in 2002, my name wasn't on the wall until Duncan put it up there.
Really?
Yeah.
But you know what? That wasn't just some offense. That was just slips through the cracks.
No, I know. All right. So, but before that, like in the late, I guess it was like maybe 90, I don't remember. It was somewhere in the 90s. I went back and, I wanted to get, and Sam was playing. And I ran into the drug dealer, the guy who told me to leave LA. He was hanging around, and I went in, and I saw Sam for the first time ever because of all that mind fucking. He was on stage, and this was years later, and he just looked bloated and fucking, beat up and in pain, and he was just doing his thing, and I'd never just realized that, he's just a fucking comic. He's just a dude. Look at him. And I never saw him like that. He was always this bigger than life thing.
Right.
And then, and then I saw Majid, the dealer, and I said, can I go back and talk to him? He's like, I don't think that'd be a good idea. And I'm like, all right. But I'd gotten...
Accepted it?
Yeah, I'd gotten some closure just by looking at him, that he was somehow just a dude.
Right.
Not this fucking monster.
Right.
So that was that, dude. You had some times like that?
Well, there's
where
that
did you-
story,
where
the
did you
fucking
two- where did you
story.
guys first meet?
Here's the story. Back, Mark is a fucking sweaty little drugged out,
That is good.
nervous comedian in San Francisco, and then we hung a few times.
yeah.
We were
Early 90s?
We were
talking.
Yeah, 92, 93.
we were relatively
Right
good
before he
friends.
came to New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were.
You come over, and I'm at this time. Mark is confused and searching, whatever. I'm in a very happy place in my life. I had moved there with this beautiful French girl.
Yeah.
Things are perfect. I got long hair. I'm
from
like
Florida?
Yeah, from Florida. I just wanted to be Mr. San Francisco utopian guy.
Yeah.
And do comedy, and I'd never done really anything more than little stuff here.
Yeah,
and there.
yeah.
But Mark comes over, knocks on my door, and he's like, "Oh, you got to come down and and talk to me. I'm flipping out, Rhodes. Come on, I need you. And I'm like, come on up, man. My girlfriend will make a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, Rhodes, I did this trucker crank, this like, really crystal kind of fucking imitation Coke shit. And he goes, man, and I'm just railing. I just need to talk to you for a little bit. Come on, talk to me. And I lived on Alamo Square Park, and we go sit out on beautiful Alamo Square Park. And Mark's like, I just need somebody to talk to. And I'm like, so we're sitting there, and he keeps going, you got to do this. Yeah. You got to come and do some of this, Rhodes. And I'm like, no, man, I'm cool. I'm going to, go and sleep with my girl after, you go and all this shit. For hours, Mark's going, he's still sniffing off the key and trying to give me a bump. And he's going, come on, Rhodes, do a little bit. And I'm like, no, man.
You're supposed to share.
And then finally, I fucking, okay, man. After like 2.5 hours of talking to him, I fucking do a bump with him, and then the fucking drugs hit me, and then now I'm all sweaty and nervous, and fucking Mark looks at me and he goes, okay, man, I'm gonna go. now I'm all sweaty and nervous, and I need somebody to talk to. But he fucking left me.
What was that horrible but perfect thing you said about me?
I said, a few days later we got together and I said, Mark, you're the kind of guy, if you were drowning and somebody swam out to save you, you would pull them down with you.
So true for that time period. I would probably let him save me now.
What clubs were you guys
You've
playing?
done good, man. You've turned it around. And the fact that you've stayed off the cigs and booze.
The sobriety, I think, ultimately helped me. It was a rough thing for a long time. It doesn't guarantee anything other than the obsession to drink and drug will be lifted, and if you stick with it, you'll get your shit together. But boy, for 10 years, that was not necessarily the case. But you level off, I think it had a lot to do with that.
Well, it seems like a lot of people do their best work after they clean up.
Yeah, if you ride it out, you get through the fucking shakiness of being that vulnerable.
Still have a desire for it every day? No.
That went away early on. There's no obsession for any of it. But the sanity element's tricky because you still got the fucked up brain. Quitting drinking and quitting doing drugs is not that hard. It's just what's under there.
Yeah.
What were you fucking hiding? And that's usually a mess of shit.
Yeah. Especially with you.
Yeah, you gotta level that shit up. That takes some time.
So how is the drug of success treating you?
It's okay, man. I'm like I said, I'm just happy I feel good about what I did. And, and I hope
what
that
it's all about.
Yeah, I hope that lasts. I was very, great. I don't think I could have handled it or even showed up to do it at any other point in my career. I'd really given up on any of this shit happening. Really, in my heart, I was like, I just got to figure out how to exist, and not, fall into a bitterness place. So I let that all go. So then when it all happens, look, I've gotten a lot, I've been through a lot of shit. I've blown a lot of things, whatever. But when it came to do the show, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. I can show up for work, and I know who I am, and let's try to do it. And yeah, it was a great experience. And I think we ended up with something that's pretty true to me. So I can't, my job is done. Outside of selling.
You're talking about the new TV show or
and the book. The book I probably could have.
But you made your mark. You'll never be forgotten now. So
as much as anybody isn't. Time's a bitch.
Yeah. What is the?
No one's singing Will Rogers praises anymore.
Right. I mean, yeah. Well, he did have a nice place on the beach.
Sure, he had a nice place on the beach, and occasionally there was a period there where they'd come collect money for him at movie theaters. And it's something to do with him. Go and donate to the Will Rogers Fund for.
Yeah.
So tell me briefly the thrust of your book.
It's just a lot of essays, bits and pieces of my life and my stories. A little worried right now about my father's reaction. He's a little panicky.
You read it?
Huh?
You read it?
No.
All personal stories, or
yeah, and there's stuff about my marriages and stuff. But I probably could have spent more time on the book. But
you work with an editor.
Just remember that J.D. Salinger's family all split up and deserted each other from the stories.
Yeah,
never spoke to each other.
Is that true?
There were a lot of they were and he died recluse alone. So, I mean,
I like the book a lot.
So how much did you reveal about your father?
A lot. But like I like it, you know, and I'm proud of it. But I don't really consider myself a writer, and I got friends who are real writers. So
Right.
yeah, I get a lot of insecurity about that. But I know that if I set my mind to it, you know, I got a voice
How many
on the
books
page.
have you written now?
Just two.
Two.
Yeah. How'd your book do? What was it?
Okay.
World
How to beat
Fighter.
up Anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
An instructional karate book.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Kind of.
No, it's an
It's nice to
instructional
see you. I don't mean to be hard on you.
I
but
know,
I can't
dude.
help
That's
it.
our relationship.
Yeah, I know.
It's totally fine.
All right.
I don't know you any other way. If you're all cheery towards me, I feel
You
goofy.
gave me a ride once.
I know. I think you gave me a ride once too.
Okay.
I can't remember.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, you said-
It's great seeing you,
It's
man.
good seeing you.
Yeah.
You doing all right?
Yeah, you know, up and down like everybody.
Where you living?
You know, slugging it out. Living in these shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still doing that?
Yeah.
Place to place.
Yeah, I'm going to New Zealand on Sunday.
I
I'm
think a
doing
lot of
the New
that's-
Zealand Comedy Festival for.
Sometimes I think
2
that's the
weeks
way to
or a
go,
month.
dude.
You really don't have any places that you put down?
No, I've had everything in storage in Los Angeles for 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes
And
I think about doing the
half
same
the year
thing.
I'm traveling around the world and half the year around the States and doing this New Zealand Comedy Festival.
That sounds like fun.
It's gonna be great.
I tried to do that last year.
2 weeks in Auckland, and then there's a 2-week Best of the Fest tour that goes all around the country. So like, getting to see the whole country and get
Why don't you
paid
wait
for
a
it.
fucking book?
I'm
should,
I'm
dude.
trying.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
I'm trying.
You got so many stories. You
I'm
know,
trying.
it's just like, you know, and you're a great storyteller. So it's just, you know.
Trying to
Good.
get it together. So.
Good, man.
No, sometimes I think that's the way to go, dude.
Get away from
It's just-
everything, all
yeah, no,
responsibility.
just-
Well, I think
'cause-
it's a huge, really.
Got to work.
It's
No, but sometimes I think of doing that because it's like,
Responsible to
you know, you
anyone.
pay all
Right.
this rent or whatever,
Yeah.
and then like you're never even home. You know, so it's just
Right.
like sometimes you're like, you know what, you should just book stuff and
Right,
travel,
and
see
people
the
go, "Oh,
world.
it must be terrible living in hotels all the time." I'm like,
I prefer it.
No.
Yeah, it's terrible. They take out the trash every day and bring you fresh
Make your
linens.
bed,
Yeah, I often
You know,
prefer it.
have you ever
I've
have you ever taken a 3-hour shower?
Yeah, no.
I have.
Without
In a
masturbating?
5-star hotel.
Masturbating
that
or
had
not
a-
masturbating?
No, not masturbating. Like,
wow.
like some 5-star hotels where they got a bench and you can sit down. You know.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
They
Really
got
enjoy it.
multiple.
Hey, I grew to really love hotels. It used to be when I go on the road, I'd be like, oh, where am I? I'm lonely. It's weird. There's a type of loneliness that could happen out there, especially if the wherever you're working is not even in the city and all you
Yeah.
you can't walk. But lately, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
I usually don't
You know,
mind.
Fucking.
yeah.
I love
Also,
it.
if
I
I'm
love
on the
it.
road, I don't feel as lonely because when I'm on the road, I at least have an excuse to be lonely.
Yeah.
It's like when you're at your house,
Oh,
or
then it's
your
bad.
apartment, and you feel alone. That's much worse feeling
Yeah.
than being on the road than being alone.
You're like, I could be
You know
out
what
with
I mean?
people right now.
Yeah,
But
you
I'm
know,
not.
yeah, you just feel trapped in your own place. You know?
Yeah.
So-
Well, like I did 2 months in Europe last summer.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 weeks off. We ended in Switzerland. Went to Rome for 2 weeks. Rented an apartment by the Vatican.
So
for 2
beautiful
weeks.
there.
It was great.
That's
and
awesome.
Then,
How much
in
that
November,
cost?
we
Like,
did
how much something like that go for?
1,200 euros. So it's like
for
About
2
the
weeks?
same.
for one.
For 1 week.
So, what's
yeah,
that, so that's like $1,400 or something?
yeah.
For a
That's
week, that's
great.
great.
It was
Great.
phenomenal.
2 weeks, he said, right? 2 weeks.
Phenomenal. 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
And then in November we
That's
went
nothing.
to Bali and stayed in a really nice hotel for 2 weeks after.
Does she have a place to live?
No, she travels with me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, man. Well done, Rhodes.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out where we want to live, but
Any ideas in this country where you want to live?
I don't know. I'd love to move back to San Francisco, but it's ridiculously expensive.
Expensive,
But
yeah.
just to go there and do sets and just work on my comedy and my jokes, you know.
It's pretty up there. I never understood it, but it's pretty up there.
They have a good scene. They always have.
Austin's
Do they
pretty
still?
cool.
Austin's a great town.
I think it's probably a smaller town than we think. Austin.
Yeah, it's
Well-
this area and right across in SoCo, and that's it.
I just was over by the college. That's a whole other ball of wax. There's a whole other area too.
That's more
See,
like
you don't
Texas,
even know
Texas.
that.
No, I don't know about
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it here too. I sometimes fantasize about like living
that. Like Stanhope.
off a little deserty, but not like Stanhope. Maybe it's a different cat. But like sometimes if I drive out to Desert Hot Springs, you go to Joshua Tree, and
Right.
you know you sort of like, oh, well, I could live out here. Could you? You know, you think you can have guests come out to do the show?
Yeah,
You might. You got. That's the thing.
Yeah, for how long? A week? 2 weeks?
Well,
Not
Santa
6
Fe. I grew up in
Well,
Albuquerque.
you
Why
gotta-
not Santa Fe? But you got to stay in the
Santa
game.
Fe, totally. But well, I admire what stand-up has done in that, and his business pattern is great. He works his ass off
Right.
for 2 or 3 months,
Yeah.
and then he'll take a month off or
Right.
2 months off and
Real
live
life.
like a human being.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I could,
or
do
like
that,
Stanhope.
right.
His version of that.
Let's not go crazy. Specific type of
I
human
mean,
being.
you couldn't do that now because you get a full plate of TV appearances.
No, yeah, I really
coming
think.
up. But I mean, if all you're doing's the road, why not live
I was
somewhere
right. Those
like
old
that?
That's
movie
right.
starlets
Right. That's
were
a good
like-
schedule.
Because I mean, for $300,000, you can buy a lot of house
Elsewhere.
in a lot of cool places
for
where the
100
weather's
for
nice in winter.
$100,000.
No shit. No shit. I want to get a new house. That's hard for me to detach from the one I have, but it's a little too small because I got the girl. And it really comes down to bathroom and having some space for each other.
Where are you in LA? What area?
I'm up in the hills of Highland Park, which is blown up for some reason. It's really fucked up knowing that for some reason right now there's a boom in my neighborhood. It's like the hottest neighborhood in the country, and there's no houses, So and there's these low interest rates, so all these fucking little houses are going. Like I could sell my 2-bedroom house, less than 1,000 square feet. I could get $500,000 for. That's fucking nuts. And I'm sitting there going, I don't know, man. What am I going to do with my stuff? Well, shut the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
That's what I should do.
What stuff?
But the problem is, I'd like to stay in the neighborhood, but in order to get another house, you're still at that level, and to get more space,
Yeah, you have to go somewhere
then I'm
else.
dubbing it. Yeah,
Well, I told you
Or if you
last
get picked up
night
for a second season.
what you should do, what like they do in Austin.
right.
is
You
go
build
up,
on. Well, I could
build
actually,
another
build up
floor,
higher.
build one more floor, and then put a sun deck up there, and then you're fucking.
but I could build out, out where my deck. I could
Yeah.
fit
You have
a
room.
master out there. But then you got to sort of commit to I'm going to dump $150K into this place, and then theoretically it'll be worth. It might. It might
Or
be.
your
We haven't even
woodworking
come around
skills.
fully on the housing cycle yet. I know that neighborhood is hot, but the whole housing market has not come around.
Right.
So that'll only go up.
Right.
Yeah, that's something people
I
should
gotta
do.
run. I haven't eaten yet today. I
Cheer
gotta
up.
run. Awesome
Beautiful
seeing
seeing you,
buddy.
baby.
Good talk, buddy.
Alrighty,
See you,
kid.
buddy.
Thanks, man.
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you in a little while.
Never touch me there again.
That's right.
Ari, never touch me there again. I'll see you soon, guys.
Okay,
Good
man.
shit.
Take care.
I think about those movie starlets when they stop acting and then they retire somewhere. The last 25 years
Yeah.
of their lives.
Yeah.
What do they do? They just get a regular house and live. in a
Some of them
normal
marry.
neighborhood?
Some of them marry. They just become women with lives. It's hard on actresses. They don't have the. It's hard to maintain longevity in that racket.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking about this stuff, because I think maybe I'll be happy, and maybe and I like where I live, but I'm so filled with panic and shit. Just the thought of moving, it's then I gotta, what am I gonna do with the cat? And but regular people do it all the time.
good for you.
Just pack your shit up.
environment.
Well, I stay there. Keep that. That place has been historic for you.
It is, right?
And in your history, and you know what? You'll make more money, and then you can get a second place somewhere.
And just rent that place?
Yes,
or-
no, but just hang on to it.
Yeah.
And then like I said, build a,
Make
When
it
you
out.
blow up and
Party
kick the
deck.
girl out, and so instead of feeling bad about it, you say, go stay at that other place for a while.
Yeah, I'll just take care of you.
Yeah.
Okay, go have our baby and live in
Yeah.
that place. I'll stop by occasionally.
Are you thinking of
Say
having a
I have a
baby?
kid. Hey, I'm your dad. Yeah, I am old. I'm going to go back to the place with the pool. I'll see you on the weekend. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know. I went looking for shirts today.
You did?
Up at the Western place.
Where Allen's boots?
Yeah. They got good ones.
They're okay. They're a little. What's that main brand that they carry? I forget the name of it.
The boot?
Wrangler.
No, it's not Wrangler.
No, it's
Oh,
this
shit. Fancy boot,
fancy
right?
shirt,
Yeah, yeah.
cowboy
Oh, the shirt.
shirt.
Yeah,
And they're a little over the top. They're a little thick.
Some of them, yeah.
And then you can't roll up the sleeves.
Right.
Real comfortable.
They run real big.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. I don't have any clothes. I don't know how to buy clothes. I buy one piece of clothing and then I wear the fuck out of it. I bought this jacket at the Levi's store in San Francisco, and I'm I got to make it my own. So I just commit
Every day.
three or four pieces of clothing until they wear in.
I'm angry at Levi's at the moment because they stopped selling men's pants.
You mean the ones they call men's now?
It's all fucking skinny jeans,
They
man.
still got
I'm not in the Ramones. I'm 46. How the fuck
You don't want any-
am I going to wear skinny
You
jeans?
don't want no stretchy pants, Tom? Those stretchy ones? Cling to your balls?
So,
I hear you. These are imaging willies that I would never pay for. There was a period where my management company represented this jean company, so I got half price on these $300 pants. And I'm I'll buy them for that money. And then I got two of them, and I like them.
They're good.
Yeah, they're salvage denim. I'm not going to get into that. You don't wash them really. So what happens now, man? You want me to go? You guys can finish up with the Bible stuff. Or?
Yeah, but no, we gotta finish this up. I'm low on battery. So, hey, love you both, Ari.
Yeah, this is fun.
Any advice from Mark?
Mark, I would just say try to stay happy and
thank you very
remember
much.
the times how bad
what
they
the
were.
fuck was Judah doing here?
I don't know.
Shut up.
And out.
Do you have any advice for us, Mark?
Dude, I learned it from you.
What's that?
I mean, I saw you go up and down. I know that nothing lasts forever, and that you just got to keep going. You're a testament to endurance and strength, my friend.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, you just try to enjoy it while you can.
That's all we can do.
Ari, just the regular. Try to not be so filthy.
Can I send you my new special and just have you listen to it? Just watch it once.
I pushed it on my show.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, I do have to watch it. I'm kidding. I don't ever say anything bad to Ari.
But you really interrupted this podcast that I was doing with Ari.
Yeah.
And it became something wonderful and beautiful. But now we're at the end. One of the things I wanted to ask you, other than
Go ahead.
the biblical stuff, is why all the shit jokes?
You said, Judah could have spoken to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judah's a big proponent of poopy crowd work.
Yeah. I love them. It's hilarious when somebody shits their pants. I don't even understand the question.
It's the basis of all comedy. I think.
Yeah.
But can you just cut it off at farts? I mean, farts I think are a little
It's not as funny.
Yeah, okay.
If you would rip a fart and then accidentally cut like a piece of like chunk in there, that would be better, right? If you're like, hey lads, listen to this.
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
You're right. All right, gentlemen. I think the battery's going to shut off. Shalom, amigos.
Shalom.
Thanks. It's always good to have a handshake on radio.